It's recording. So obviously, welcome to another Sunday Market Blitz. What is it, July 12th? Nick's going to get into it for this week. I'll just look and add whatever people need to be added in. I'm just going to mute myself.
Yeah, no problem. Just go ahead and let me share screen. But again, yeah, as Angelo said, guys, welcome to the Sunday Blitz. Hope you guys all had a good weekend. Hope you guys are refreshed and ready for this week. And more importantly, ready for this analysis. All right, so I'm going to share up here in a second. But do me a favor, guys, drop in chat where you're at, what time zone you're in, and potentially what pairs you're looking at for this week. Okay, just want to see where you guys are tuning in from. Get an idea of where everyone is at. Yeah, I still can't share. Oof, that's some Walmart Wi-Fi right there.
I gotta go on to my frame and share on my phone.
Okay. Puerto Rico, you're from Texas. Open any pairs as you're a new trader. Good to hear. Tamika, nice to have you. Puerto Rico, 8 p.m. Emilio, nice to have you, man. Good to see you in here. Trapstar, same. For Barbados, 804, looking at EJ, nice, very nice. We're gonna cover EJ. Nadia's from Georgia, nice to have you. Brian's from New York, watching NZ, EU, and GJ. Awesome, we're gonna cover all those as well. Yep, yeah, welcome to nice to have you. From Madrid, nice. Detroit. Awesome, guys, good stuff. All right, so we gotta wait a couple minutes here before I can share the screen, just so we could have some, gotta wait for Angelo to get to a desktop, but nice. Indonesia, 7 a.m. You're looking at gold. Awesome, Miki. We're gonna cover gold as well. Pretty interesting because we are at such a key level. We'll get into that at the end of my analysis. That's my last pair. You're from Nigeria, 1 a.m., 104, nice. Awesome, so it's a late one for you. Okay. Good stuff, guys. All right, so yeah, just a couple more minutes here. Fortunately, can't share just yet. No problem, though. You're from South Africa, 2 a.m. Okay, wow. Late one for you. Is this for everyone whose first Sunday Market Blitz this is? Just type in chat, say first. I want to see how many of you are new. First, Tamika, nice, okay. WP, first as well. Okay, nice, guys. Awesome. So I know we dropped these links in the Telegram and also the Discord. So, I mean, if you guys are not in either, you can join those sources by going to our Instagram and clicking the link in the bio. Just make sure you're in all the free resources because, again, it's more value for you, more exposure of what's going on inside our community. So the Telegram is great. The Discord is really great as well. A lot of different channels and sources in there, as well as our entire community. Everyone in the community is in there, very, very active, sharing charts, sharing ideas, answering any questions you may have. Pretty much just, community dedicated to, helping everybody grow in there. Like,
yeah, no, you can share.
Okay, we're good to go now. Perfect, good. All right, guys, so we're going to start off on DXY. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to cover my 6 pairs here. And yeah, starting off on DXY, which is essentially the US dollar currency index, and it shows you the strength of the dollar. Okay, so we always like getting an analysis on this, seeing what the 4-hour trend is, 1-hour trend is for the week ahead, because that's a lot of pairs are affected by the US dollar. It's a reserve currency. It makes up for 80% of all trade. So it's always a good idea to kind of jump on this chart and see what's going on. So first thing I'd like to do is go to the daily chart, see if anything on the daily trend has changed. We can definitely see that this is primarily bullish, or very, very significantly bullish here, a very strong trend. But then we have an increased amount of volume from Corona and after. So this whole whipsaw here was Corona. So at first it dropped and then dollar shortage happened because everyone was holding the dollar, it shot price action up. Then this came back down because, the Fed made certain they pulled certain levers, they changed certain things to kind of stabilize the dollar. Because if the dollar is too strong, it actually hurts a lot of other, economies. A lot of other countries are affected by that. So they changed some things, brought down the, value of the dollar to a more stable level. Then we had some consolidation here. And then as news for the US specifically started to come out, the market kind of priced it in, and then, the dollar dropped off. Okay, so we had a huge bearish push here, huge bearish leg outside of the symmetrical triangle. And now we had another pattern forming. It dropped to a low, it came back, hit a structure level, 50%, gave us a double top, and also formed this ascending triangle here. So let's go to the 4-hour and get a better look at that. Okay, so this is that ascending triangle, right? Here's that 50% fib level. And then we saw a break of this pattern followed by a lower time frame transition. So that's exactly what you're looking at right here, right around 97 flat. So it broke out. This was that initial break of the pattern, came back and retested, confirming this lower high, pushed to a new lower low on this time frame, came back up for another lower high, and tested 97 flat twice. So right now we're looking for a continuation. We just want to see that this doesn't keep forming this, these deep pullbacks, these deep lower highs. We want to see the next run happen. So essentially, we want to see any sort of, bearish setup here, strong bearish confirmations, engulfings, anything like that in this area, maybe another lower high right here, or maybe another touch of 97 flat and then a drop. So to confirm that this is going to go bearish, we want to see a new lower low formed, new lower high, and then a push lower. So we would confirm this lower high, again, by bearish setups, bearish engulfings, bearish variations, tons of exhaustion, anything that's going to kind of give us, strong confidence that this is going to continue to drop. Okay, so we're looking for a lower high and a break of this level before we can continue lower. And then we'll be targeting down towards, the associated fib level, negative 27, which is a good target, and also this monthly. So there could be a pretty large move to the downside here. Again, if that's just the technical, approach, if you want to, apply fundamentals, it's also looking pretty bearish. Nothing in the US is looking that great right now. If anything, it's looking worse than, some other countries because of Corona. And we had we're having a second spike, and it's worse than some of the others. And we haven't really been able to get a control on things. So we'll start to see this move down. I think it's pretty likely that we'll get down and see more bearish movement in the next few weeks. Okay, so that is the technical and fundamental outlook for DXY, just in a quick summary. So we can now move on to another pair. So let's get on to AUD USD, which is looking pretty interesting right now. First thing we want to do is always jump to the daily time frame, see if anything on this daily time frame trend has changed, see if anything is, significant levels have broken that would change our sentiment. We can clearly see this is bearish, very, very strong bearish channel. Again, this was the news, the Corona spike to the downside, back up. And now we have a huge, see this bullish leg here. This is a huge 4-hour bullish trend, but we are still technically bearish on the daily time frame until we break this monthly, right? Because this is where the prior lower high was, and a transition happens when you see a significant, break of a prior lower high. So until this monthly is broken, we're gonna just keep this in mind that the bearish trend and above is primarily bearish. Okay. So with that in mind, let's drop to the 4-hour, get a better look at this 4-hour bullish trend. As you can see, super, super strong trend, very, very bullish, kind of just forming these patterns, forming good channels, and just surging higher and higher. So right now we're at that monthly zone, as we talked about, right? And now we have an ascending triangle. This was a pretty broad triangle, as it was more flat than anything else. We weren't really pushing higher. These higher lows are pretty close to each other in terms of pips. So it's a broad pattern here, but nonetheless, still a bullish pattern, right? So we had a good amount of consolidation, a good amount of volume and consolidation here. So that's what's interesting, is these swings are pretty large, 120 pips there, 125 pips there, about 150 pips there. So it's got some volume. And right now we're forming, it looks like we're forming structure here, right? We have a confirmed higher low, a good MA pullback, there's a fib level in there as well. Double top here though. So essentially we want to see this happen. I'm labeling this zone for 1 second, and I'll explain what this is. So right now we're kind of ranging between this area, right? Double top, double bottom, kind of ranging, but we do want to see a break to the upside. So because this is, favorably bullish, we're looking at long opportunities at the current level. This is a double bottom. You could enter on any strong bullish setups here. Any strong, like this engulfing that's forming right now, if it crosses above the MAs and closes above the MAs, that could be a potentially good entry. Any sort of morning star, bullish variation, like 3 nice momentum candles, something like that would be enough to enter on, and your stop loss would be just outside the support, above the or below this prior higher low. So this would be a good entry. And once you get up to this level, you'd be about 1-to-1, so you can move your stop loss to break even. But, this would be a confirmed break to the upside if we get above this resistance level here. So the good thing with this is you can take an entry here. Once price action gets to this area, you can make it a risk-free trade. So that's why there's a good potential opportunity here. But again, if it does break this level, it's just confirming that movement, and you would have gotten in at a pretty good spot. Okay, so we're waiting for this to break, waiting for some sort of setup, and then we're going to target towards our monthly at 0.708, because again, we're very, very bullish. And until we break this area, this monthly on the daily time frame, then we'll consider, or until we break that level, we're bearish, right? So when we do finally break that level, we'll consider very massive long opportunities. But that's why we're targeting the monthly and not above, just waiting for a test and a reaction of this level. So we're going to see what happens. But AU is looking pretty good. Not bad. Definitely bullish. Okay, so that's AU. Let's move on to AJ. All right, let's go to the first thing, daily time frame. Zoom out. So much like AU, very, very bearish, huge bearish channel. But again, we're still very bearish until we break this monthly. Again, this is where a prior significant lower high was on this time frame. So, just by analyzing here, following, this simple concept, we're still primarily bearish until this level breaks. But just like AU, very, very strong 4-hour bullish trend. So let's get a better look at that. All right, so zoom out real quick. Here's that trend, super, super strong, very, very bullish. Price action surged up to our monthly, met that prior lower high that we just talked about on the daily, and then fell back down, gave us some sort of consolidation, and now we're in a bit of an ascending channel here. Pretty strong channel, higher lows, higher highs, moving pretty well as far as trends go. So this is pretty easy to read. It's coming back, hitting a structure level at 74 flat. So from this area, we have two potential opportunities. Either this trend continues, and then we're looking for, bullish setups. Again, those bullish engulfings, Morningstar, bullish variations, seller's exhaustion, anything like that. And of course, if we break the 74.5 area, it'll confirm that even further. So we're looking for that at the current area. That's, just following the trend. This is the more favorable trade at the moment. Looking to continue to the upside. We'll be targeting near 76 flat, which is our monthly resistance. Or if we see a break of this ascending channel, we'll simply look for our first lower high outside this channel, which would probably be a nice area right around 74 flat. So a nice break below, retest for the lower high, entering now on bearish setups, and then we'll target down towards 72.6, which is our major support. Okay, so we've highlighted both areas. Because again, we just got to follow these confirmations and see how price action reacts in this zone. We're looking for a bounce or a break. Whatever happens, we're ready. So this is currently more of a neutral idea, but there's something to definitely play out of this, whichever confirmations we get, okay? And we'll be ready for it. So that's AJ. Let's move on to, I got a different one for you guys this week, UJ. Let's get a quick daily outlook. Zoom out, definitely bearish on the daily. We have a huge descending triangle pattern here, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, and then we have a floor, which is our major support at our monthly. So definitely bearish on UJ, which kind of lines up with DXY, which is nice. So let's zoom in on more current price action, which looks like it's ranging. So let's zoom in a little bit. And that's exactly what's happening. We just have a big ass range right now. It doesn't mean there's no trade setups. It just means we have a really big range. And ideally, to play into a much larger move, you want to see a break of that range, either to the upside or the downside. And then you can make a really good play for a nice, larger time frame move. But right now, we're ranging between 109.25 and 106. So pretty large range, a few hundred pips, 300 pips or so. But it doesn't mean we can't trade anything that's going on within this range. Okay, just let's get an idea of where we could potentially get a trade. So because we're primarily bearish in the higher time frames, and this is ranging here, we're going to favor, more bearish setups in the moment. So right now we have a nice smaller time frame descending triangle, right? We recently broke support here, which is the start of a transition, which is nice to see. Nice break lower, testing its resistance, and then it's pushing lower. So the only thing that we're waiting for now is structure to form. I want to see a nice MA pullback. I want to see a retracement, have the MAs cross, hit a structure level, followed by nice strong bearish setups, pulling back through the MAs, and that's when we'll enter, okay? So I want to see this blue trade path is our first option for a trade, given what we're seeing, and given that the overall sentiment is bearish. So I want to see a pullback, bounce, or rejection from this level, and then we'll enter on, bearish confirmations targeting the downside, down towards 106. So real quick, I'm going to give you guys an idea of what this would look like. I actually like it right there. 40 pips down to 106 area. So about roughly 120 pips, risking 40. Looking like a 3-0 risk to reward. So this could be a really, really nice trade, guys. We're just going to waiting on those confirmations. Pullback, rejection, entering on bearish confirmations, okay? So that's trade opportunity 1. Again, the blue trade path is always the more favorable one for a lot of factors, okay? So, but again, we have to be aware of every possible scenario. Let's say we get a break to the upside. What would need to happen for us to consider long opportunities, for us to enter in a trade? We need to see a significant break of this pattern, of these 2 resistance levels right here at 107, 107.4, and then 107.7. So we're going to see a break of that, retest of that broken zone in the form of a higher low, and confirming a higher low with nice bullish setups, and then we'll target towards 109.25. So again, we're within this range. So the good thing about this range is that price action can go either way. So we're going to stay open-minded and just follow what the market's telling us, looking for those confirmations, okay? So literally whatever happens, if it breaks to the upside, if we get rejection off this level, we're ready for it. We're going to make a great trade. And honestly, in this scenario, looks like either trade we take is going to be over a 3-0 risk to reward. So it's looking pretty good. EJ is setting up pretty nice right now. And we'll be posting these analyses and updates in the Discord as always, okay, for your review. So here, this has been UJ. All right, let's move on to our next one, which will be EJ. Okay. Let's jump to the daily. First thing, zoom out. Has anything changed in the daily? Have we broken any levels? So we can see it's significantly bearish. We haven't really broken anything yet. Here's the prior lower high. We did get through these lower highs, so this is more bullish in the lower time frames, but still very bearish if you look at the macro perspective, right? So on all these higher time frames, it's still very much bearish. But we can drop down to a 4-hour and see what this bullish trend is doing. So here's that 4-hour bullish trend, pretty strong. It hit the 103.5 zone and then rejected pretty swiftly. And then we got some consolidation. It's kind of stuck between a range around 122 and 119.5. So we're just waiting for a break of that. But you guys can see here that we have this strong ascending channel. We got a break of it. So this is hinting at a nice transition to the downside. So it broke this channel, broke the support, got below this weekly, waiting for price action to come back up and test this broken area. And then we're going to see if it's going to, confirm this transition in the form of bearish setups, pulling back to the MAs. Then we could take a trade based on that. And then we'll target significant support, 120.5, then 119.5. So it'll look like this. So this is one trade option. This could definitely happen. Just waiting for those confirmations and that structure to form. Looking like a 2.5 risk to reward roughly. This would probably be a little bit higher, about 60 pips. So about 2.5 risk to reward, somewhere around there, 2.4. And this is that trade we're looking for, right? We want to see this retest followed by confirmations. And then we're looking to target lower. So that's the favorable trade right now. But if it breaks back above this weekly, back into this channel, then we're looking for long opportunities on a retest. We want to get that next higher low. If we get back into the channel only, we're looking to enter on that higher low, bullish setups again, bullish engulfings, morning stars, seller's exhaustion, stuff that's, confirmations that are going to give us confidence that this is going to continue with this bullish trend and not kind of fake us out. Like this would have been a fake out if it gets back into this channel. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Option 1, looking to short on this retest, confirmed lower high, or looking to long on this break back into the channel, confirmed higher low. Okay, and then we'll be targeting 122. So this is definitely a smaller term trade right here, whereas this to the downside is a much larger move. But again, guys, whatever happens, it's looking like it's more bearish than anything else. Look at all this exhaustion happening right now. But yeah, anyway, whatever happens, guys, we'll be letting you guys know, keeping you updated in the signals and analysis section. All right, so that's EJ. Let's move on to gold, which is my last pair for you guys. And then Angela's gonna, tear up some majors for you. But let's go to the daily real quick. Super bullish, guys. Not much has changed on gold other than more bullish movement. So it's just super bullish, kind of just surging to the upside. But I'm going to show you where a potential entry opportunity could be. So we notice that this is a huge rally, right? Huge bullish run, a little bit overextended. So what that means, overextended trend means that structure is imminent. Structure formation is imminent. And that's where we're going to capitalize. We're essentially waiting for a structure to hit, or the price action to pull back, hit a structure level, form structure, and then continue with this bullish trend. Because we know that it's super bullish. It's definitely going to continue with this trend, but we want to see a nice pullback first, a nice nice structure, nice normal market movement before we can enter on, a high probability trade. So ideally, we want to see a nice pullback to the 61.8 or the 38.2, confirmed higher low, nice bullish setups is which we'll be looking to enter on. But as far as this goes right now, this could definitely, I think this is going to happen. I think it's going to push up to the weekly. This is going to push up to 1825 and then drop. It's going to carry with this momentum, and then it's going to pull back. And then we're going to hit 38.2 or 61.8. And then, we'll reanalyze and kind of see which confirmations we can enter on if, true structure was formed and so on. But, this has been one hell of a ride, guys. We've been calling 1800 for such a long time. And to see it, happen in such a quick period is nice. So, we'll be continue to stock gold. It's definitely looking bullish in the long term. So we'll be ready. We'll be waiting for, moments to capitalize, waiting for those opportunities. Okay. And so guys, that's been gold. Quick recap. Covered DXY, covered AUD, AUD USD, covered AJ, covered UJ, covered EJ, and gold. All right. So I'm going to pass this off to Angelo. He's going to cover some of the majors for you guys. And so Angelo, are you ready? Hold on one second. Let's see. Could it be a false breakout? Yeah, so revival, it could technically be a false breakout. That's why we're going to make the decision to wait. Yeah, revival. Yeah, we're going to wait for those confirmations because it could. So we want to see that confirmed lower high or break back into that channel. No problem. No problem. Happy to help, revival. Oh, 1 second. Where is this thing? There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, cool. All right, so Angela's going to share now. And we'll get right into it. All right, let's see if you can you share?
Oh, yeah, I could share.
All right, cool. Perfect.
This. Dope. Yeah, so I'm about to get started here. Oh, shit. We could start off with Nzd USD. Let's see. All right, so as always, let's start up on the monthly time frame. Boom. So on the monthly time frame, we are obviously showing a lot of bullish momentum. I'm actually going to just go ahead. New share. I'm going to share my other screen. Boom. We'll get this going. Very cool. Cool. Just going to plug this in so it doesn't die.
Yep. That would be good.
How's DXY looking?
Pretty bearish.
Pretty bearish, right?
Pretty bearish.
Which is very good. So obviously all the pairs that I'm about to go over, guys, correlates very closely with DXY. We got all the USD-based pairs. On this one, we got Nzd USD. So we're popping up right now. A lot of bullish momentum over the last 3 months. It's been bullish. But we're trying to look for when this next weekly level is going to confirm. Overall, we are in a downtrend. We are in a downtrend. So we're trying to see as we bump down to the weekly. We've got these lower lows and lower highs. We're trying to see when are we going to get this next lower high. It looks like at the moment, a lot of buyers just stepped in. We're probably going to push up to this final level, this demand zone. As I continue to cycle down, we've gotten the daily time frame, made a new high, made a higher low. Again, so very bullish. And then as I get down all the way to the 1 hour time frame, we can see higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, made this higher low. Right here, a little bit of a fake out for some people if you were down on the 30-minute on this right here, but ended up going bullish again. And then pretty much at this point, I am looking for, if we break this 1 hour level, I will look to short. And if we get, some more confirmation, like if this closes it with a bullish engulfing pretty much right here, then I will look to go long. So this is Nzd USD correlating with DXY being bearish. I'm looking to get long on Nzd USD pretty much right here. I mean, first entry opportunity was right here, but at the moment, obviously a lot more has happened since then. So we want to just confirm again with like another bullish engulfing kind of before we enter in on this area. So let's bump over now. That was Nzd USD. Let's go over to NZ or USD Cad. So USD Cad all the way start up on the monthly. Monthly time frame is actually bullish in the sense that we made this high, pulled back. Now we're at this pullback. A lot of resistance last month. But on the weekly, we are finding resistance at this level, huge bearish engulfing, so we could pop down again to this level. That's what I'm thinking. As I come down to the daily, structure is bearish, made this low, pulled back, made this lower high right here, things just crossed, and we just got this bearish engulfing. So as I look on the 1 hour, this is where I'm looking for entries, potential entry opportunities. We had this low made after a break of structure. Then we had a lower high made, boom, made a new low. Just looking at the moving averages, made a new low, came back, made this high, came back again, broke this level, made a new low. So now we're up here, and we're pretty much just looking to get short. We're pretty much looking to get short on this right now. We got some volume kicking in at the moment, 30-minute time frame. Obviously had this pullback. We're in a signal maintaining through this, and now we're getting, some bearish momentum at the moment right now. So if you guys are in this trade, in the signals, we're going to continue to maintain this as so. The same with USEF. We're looking at USEF too. USEF, I'm seeing much of the same thing. So we're currently in trades with USEF and UCAD in shorts. If you guys want to get in on trades with this, our stop loss is right at that level up here, and on USEF, you're pretty much right at this level. So let's give me 1 second. We've got 30 hits. Boom. USEF. Oh shit. So we've got a little live trade going on right now. I'm actually going to take this trade myself. 6. Boom. So always protect yourselves. This is the live entry right now. Always protect yourself. Stop loss above structure, guys. So if this does push up and break structure, we know that we're putting ourselves in position to continue this trend. If this breaks, that just means the trend is totally changing. 9, 4, 3, 6, 0. So yeah, we'll see how this trade plays out. Let's go back to UCAD. Again, just making lower lows, potential lower high now right here. So we'll continue to see how this shakes out. Let's just go to USEF, start all the way up on the monthly. So all the way up on the monthly time frame, pretty much what I'm focusing the most on is moving averages red over blue, and then we had this fall off below this weekly resistance level. As I come down to the weekly, we are bearish, but as we look right here, a lot of exhaustion coming in, this huge wick, last week or 3 weeks ago, this wick, then we fell off a bit last week, this wick. So we're getting these pullbacks, daily time frames, still bearish, still bearish right now. Last week's candle closed with a doji, which is good for signs of reversal. And then all the way down to the 1 hour, this is kind of where I'm just following this. On the 1 hour time frame, very, very clear trend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high here. Made this low, pulled back, potential lower high. Right now, this was the original entry, was like right there. Boom, and then we had this entry right there. So, we're waiting on this, see how this continues to play out with USEF. Let's bump over to GU. Let's hit up the weekly time frame on GU. And again, all of these analyses, guys, are posted. Let me remove this. Oh, that's good. All these analyses are posted in this analysis chat. So you guys can come in here, get all the latest, you know, got the major pairs that I'm going over right now. So everything we're talking about is posted in there as well. As I come down on GU, what I'm looking at is the weekly. We are bearish, but a lot of bullish momentum's kicking in. You know, look at this morning star that just went down right there. And now we're hitting this monthly resistance level. But as I come down to the daily, I've got my fibs on here, bullish. So, you know, we're coming back up to this high right now. This is one of two scenarios I'm really looking at. We're looking at 1 hour structure. It is higher high, higher low, retest this high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So we are either looking to break above this, get in on the next higher low above the resistance level, or if this breaks, that would be nice on the 1 hour to see a break of this new lower high form, then continue with that weekly trend. So we've got two scenarios in here. Technicals, again, we're just measuring the risk reward of certain trades, you know, so we'll see how these trades play out. So let's go to Euro USD, looking at much of the same. So let's hit up to the monthly time frame. So monthly time frame, Euro USD. Overall, we're actually bullish. We had this high form pulled back. Now we're at this low, a lot of exhaustion at the lows. Then we're finding bullish momentum last three candles. Weekly time frame obviously had been bearish. The way that I see it now, though, is this level held 1-2 times. Then we just broke, retested, found support on that level. But I still want to hit like the 4 hour. 4 hours is a nice time frame right now. We had this high form and we had this little fall off. But then we started to make these highs, this higher low, this high, this higher low, this high. And as I hit all the way down to the 1 hour, you know, we see again where structure, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we had this higher low just formed. So I'm going to really right now, I'm looking for this to get above this resistance level because this is major. So I'm either looking for a break above, retest long, or break below, retest short. If this thing starts to break below, there's going to be a lot of momentum. So those are two potential trades on EU. So again, this is just the Sunday market blitz. We're just kind of going through rather quickly everything we're looking at for the week, getting prepared. You know, in the beginning of the week, we don't take many trades at the beginning of the week, but we're trying to, or we're just getting ready. You know, we're getting ready to get into some positions. You know, the week ahead on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you guys got to get into those sessions. Those are going to be, you know, going over entries, market structure, everything like that, really getting into it. And obviously it's in the live market the entire time. So, you know, this has been another Sunday market blitz for you guys.
Yep. Hopefully you guys got it. Looks like a pretty good week so far. And again, like I know Angela just said it, but you guys got to get in those live sessions. They're super, super important, jam-packed with value. And it, you know, it's directly related to the Sunday market blitz. So we'll present all the analysis to you. And then through the week, we're updating you and giving you, you know, professional traders perspective and everything that's included, you know, intra-week. Okay. So there's a lot of value for you guys.
So we're running this little deal right now for signals. There was 6 spots left on Saturday, or there's 6 spots left on Friday. Now there is 5 spots left for this lifetime premium signals. It's just a one-time fee, $149. Everything included is these premium chats, members, signals. This is where we talk with all the members, you know, answer any questions they have about the signals or about potential trades. Obviously, the signals chat. This is where we put our signals. This is where I update weekly, you know, our performance. And then we have the premium analysis. If you guys just want to get in on premium analysis, just go to start here. It's only $7, one-time fee. You can come here, check out right there. That's where we update lower time frames. For example, UCAD was looking for this trade. This is just where we update, you know, when we're looking for potential entry. And then something that's slept on is just the fundamentals every day. We've got fundamental analysis getting out there to you guys so you can continue to understand fundamentals a little bit more. So everything's matching up. Like Brian said in the chat, everything's matching up, getting ready to kind of just get into some trades. And again, guys, we're just measuring the risk reward factor. you know, not every trade can be a winner, but if your trades are presenting themselves according to your rules, take the trades. You know what I'm saying? Take the trades, stick with the plan. That's the name of the game, and less is more, guys. Less trades is more.
Absolutely. It's true.
For sure, less trades is more. So this is recorded. We're gonna throw this on YouTube in a little bit. Hope you guys have a good week. We'll see you guys Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And yeah, have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.